everybody, it's Senior Editor Kevin Van Ord here, standing in for Editor Peter Brown to tell you about Dragon's Crown. Dragon's Crown may look like a typical beat-em-up on the surface, but once you sink your teeth into its character customization, equipment system, and wealth of side quests, it reveals itself as an action RPG trapped in the shell of a side-scrolling brawler. Each character class is easy to control but tough to master, and with magic users and weapons experts on hand, there's plenty to keep you busy. It begins with the story of the titular Dragon's Crown. The lost artifact is said to give the possessor power over ancient dragons. When the king of Hydeland's kingdom fails to return from his search for the crown, you're employed to seek his whereabouts. It's a light story and easy to digest, though not likely to capture your imagination. For that, look no further than what you see in front of you. Vanillaware's iconic 2D artwork catches your eye and lends some welcome dramatic flair to your adventure. Subtle gestures bring large, seemingly still images to life during cutscenes. The in-game illustrations are equally rich but feature fluid animation. You can see a similar style used in Vanillaware's past works, but Dragon's Crown's visuals are a step above the rest. Unfortunately, though there's a lot to love about the art, there's also a lot to dislike and take issue with. Characters such as the Sorceress and Amazon are rendered in a way that at times feels akin to softcore porn. It's lewd and potentially offensive, to the point that it feels like a betrayal of the artistic skill on display. It doesn't ruin Dragon's Crown, but it does leave a stain. As impressive as Dragon's Crown's illustrations are, the gameplay is the star of the show, and of course, combat provides the most excitement. As your party navigates icy ruins and dank caverns, your primary goal is to defeat the dozens of enemies standing in your way. Where most beat-em-ups settle for simple combos with different animations for each character, Dragon's Crown's warriors come with specialized basic maneuvers. Every character can string together combos from a mix of dashing, attacking, and jumping. But only the dwarf can pick up enemies and hurl them across the screen, and only the wizard can turn treasure chests into bipedal wooden sidekicks. Every class is capable of fighting on the front lines, stringing together combos and juggling multiple enemies at once, but it's just as rewarding to be a good teammate while providing support from the rear. The variety of combat experiences leaves no excuses for boredom, and lots of room for creativity. The only thing holding the combat back is the amount of characters on screen at once. There are times where, if not for a tiny red icon over your head, it's difficult to discern where an enemy ends and an ally begins. The game makes up for this by not counting friendly fire, but it can add confusion during the heat of battle. Amidst all the fighting, you also acquire a lot of treasure. All the equipment you find comes with a known rank, but it's not until you pay to have your equipment appraised that you see the remaining details. It's like playing the lottery. You can't win a powerful new weapon if you don't pay to play, but you might end up just wasting money on an unlucky ticket. Gold is plentiful, but it serves a greater purpose that makes every spending decision worth reconsidering. It's used for continues, resurrecting, and recruiting fallen warriors into your fold, and even for garnering stat boosts. Sidekicks are disposable and easily replaced, but not if you spent all of your gold appraising loot.
Allow this heart to beat again. Quench their thirst.
Real-life sidekicks are an option too. Dragon's Crown can be played as a co-op experience locally or online, but oddly, outside of local co-op on the PlayStation 3, it needs to be unlocked. This doesn't occur until about 5 hours into the game. It's hard to see it at first, but this actually does a good job of ensuring everyone who's involved will have a certain level of experience under their belts. As always, it's the real-life allies you choose that define the multiplayer experience. Play with selfish players and you might as well play with NPCs. Join team-oriented folks and you can find new strategies to test. Once you've unlocked the harder difficulty settings, you gain access to the PvP Coliseum, a simple versus mode that nets the winner a pot of gold for their efforts. With so many goals to pursue, Dragon's Crown is much larger than most beat-em-ups and more action-packed than most RPGs. It's both beautiful and captivating in its style and execution, and overall, a great hybrid of two very different genres.